Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. With the holidays fast approaching, I've put together a budget-friendly list of 10 items that are going to make awesome gifts for any hiker or backpacker out there in your life. We're going to kind of split this off into two sections here, with this side being great gifts for everybody, whether they're brand new or experienced outdoorsmen. These are going to make great gifts for anyone that enjoys spending time out on the trail. This side over here is going to be a little bit more specialized, so these are awesome gifts, but you want to make sure that the person you're buying for is actually going to want and use them before purchasing. That all being said, let's get started on this side. First up, we've got merino wool socks and underwear. These are an absolute game changer out on the trail. Merino wool is super soft and comfortable. It's really good at moisture wicking and regulating temperature. So whether you are trying to stay warm in the winter or cool in the summer, these are going to do a great job at keeping you nice and comfortable out on the trail. I picked both of these up on Amazon for about $20 or $30 a piece, and I will put the link to both of these in the description, but there are tons of them on Amazon, so if these don't catch your eye, just shop around a little bit. You don't need to spend a bunch of money. There's tons of options out there for relatively cheap. Next up, we've got this elastic hiking belt. This one is from Arcade, but there's a bunch of different brands out there that make these. You can find them on Amazon or at REI for anywhere between $10 and $30. These are great because they are stretchy and elastic. So you just set the general length one time and then you just unclip it, clip it back in each time. It makes it super fast and easy. And the great thing about these is it's just got this really thin clip, so there's nothing up front to catch on when you're putting on your hip belt on your backpack. There's nothing that's digging into you. This eliminates that, and it's super comfortable out on the trail. If whoever you're shopping for does not have one of these already, I would absolutely recommend getting one for them. All right, moving down here, we've got this little flip fuel device. This is going to be aimed more towards backpackers, and what this allows you to do is attach two half-empty fuel canisters to either side of this, and then use the pressure regulator here to combine them into one. So this is really great because oftentimes backpackers will buy a fuel canister, use it a handful of times, and then when it starts getting low, they'll just go out and buy another one because they don't want this one to run out on the trail. So this is great because it allows you to combine those two into one, always have a full fuel canister ready to go, and then you're not wasting anything. Next up, we've got a kitchen scale, which might sound like a weird gift for a hiker or backpacker, but hear me out. Oftentimes on the trail, people are trying to cut back as much weight as they possibly can, so a scale like this allows for people to measure each piece of gear individually and see what's taking up the most weight inside their pack and what things they may want to upgrade to lighten that load. I picked this up on Amazon for about $15. There's tons out there. Doesn't have to be anything special as long as it weighs in ounces and maybe pounds depending on where you are, but it's a great gift for anyone trying to stay organized and keep track of their weight. All right, the last item on this side, which is probably one of my favorites, is a hiking logbook. This allows for people to keep track of all the trails or backpacking trips that they go on, and it has a bunch of different things in here like what trail it was, the weather, who you went with, some basic pros and cons, and if you would want to go on that trail again. And then on this side, it's just got a generic page for any notes or pictures that you want to save. This is great for hikers or backpackers, and I picked it up on Amazon for about $15, but depending if you're hiking or backpacking, you may want a slightly different one. So that price may vary a little bit, but I will post the link to this exact one in the description if you want to check it out. All right, switching sides here, we're going to start out with the Nightcore Headlamp. This headlamp is extremely bright. It's got multiple brightness settings, and it weighs practically nothing. So if whoever you're shopping for does not have a headlamp already, or if they have one that's not super high end, then this is probably going to be brighter and lighter than whatever they have. This costs only about $35 on Amazon, and it performs extremely well. So if whoever you're shopping for does not have one of these already or something super high end, I would definitely recommend checking this out. Next item here is definitely aimed towards backpackers, and that is the Flextail Zero Pump. Now, this is definitely considered a luxury item, so if you're shopping for someone that is an ultralight backpacker, they may not appreciate this as much as your average person. This is basically a air mattress inflation pump that weighs 3.5 ounces with the battery in it. And basically you just tap this button here, shove it in your air mattress, and it inflates. It comes with a bunch of different adapters, so no matter what air mattress they have, it will probably fit. I'm pretty sure that this cost me $55 on the Flextail site or on Amazon. I'll put the number here to fact check me when I'm editing this. But $55, this thing is a lifesaver. You don't have to use your breath or an inflation pump, and it just saves a bunch of time and energy at camp. I actually picked these up pretty recently, and I've only used them on 2 backpacking trips, both in the fall here in Colorado. These are electric hand warmers, which kind of like the Flextail. If you're shopping for an ultralighter, they may not appreciate these as much as the average person. But for myself and most people, I think these are awesome, especially here in Colorado backpacking in the fall. It got to the low 20s, and these did an awesome job at keeping me nice and warm. So I think I picked these up on Amazon for, I want to say $30. I'll fact check myself again up here, but there's like 100 of these. So I kind of shopped around and found the lightest ones that I could, which came out to 5.3 ounces. But if the color or the weight or the price doesn't really match you, there's a ton of those on Amazon. So just kind of shop around and see what works best for you. But I would definitely think they make a great gift. Next up, we've got this little coffee mug from GSI Outdoors. This thing is awesome for people, obviously, that enjoy coffee. It weighs only 3.6 ounces. It is super lightweight. And the nice thing with this is it is kind of multifunction. It has a little measuring cup on here, so not only can you use it for your coffee, but you can also use it for dehydrating meals and stuff like that. So if whoever you're shopping for doesn't have a coffee mug already, or the one they're using is a little bit bulkier or heavier than 3.6 ounces, I think this would make a great gift. All right, last but not least, we've got a pair of down booties, which is also a luxury item, but it's lighter than the other two that we talked about. This one weighs 3.6 ounces, so the same as the little coffee mug. And these are basically just a little pair of down shoes that you can throw on while you're sleeping or walking around camp to stay nice and toasty. These make great gifts for people that like to camp during the fall or winter seasons when temperatures drop, especially if they're like me and get cold pretty easily. These have been great to keep my feet nice and warm during the night and even in the morning. I think I picked these up on Amazon for around $20 to $30, but there's a ton of these on Amazon, so if you want something more premium or even a little bit cheaper, there's probably something out there for you. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I really hope that this helped you find the perfect gift for whoever it is that you're shopping for. If you got some useful information out of this, please like and subscribe, and also comment if you have some other great gift ideas that you think people should know about. But until next time, thank you for watching and happy hiking.